Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see a team looking for its first win, the Rebels, taking on the winners of 7 straight, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Rebels offense will have the first crack at it in this one. And they're going to be met by one of the best defenses in the nation, David. And I know seeing a defense doing what they want, when they want to do it, makes you a happy man.
Well, defense is starting to make a comeback. I'm excited about this new era of football. We're seeing better tackling, and we're seeing better coverage than we were a couple years ago. And this defense is fun to watch them on tape, fun to talk to their coaches. Jesse, this defense has been consistent all year long.
And they're dialed in, and they're so talented. They've got multiple NFL draft picks on that side of the football, and they don't have to change a lot week to week. This defense dominates. They do what they do, and they don't care if you know it. You can't do anything against them.
They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. Now the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. And the Rebels moving quickly to the line.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
Knocked down after a gain of 1 to the 27. A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. Looking to throw for it. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
And that's a good response by this defense. They gave up some yards, obviously some plays, more than they wanted to, but when it got to the area in the scoring zone, in the area where it really matters, nice job on 3rd down, getting the sack, and possibly forcing the field goal.
I know one thing this head coach does every week is he challenges his guys to start fast, and it's so important today. Playing on the road in this kind of environment, you saw a nice drive. They didn't get the touchdown they would have loved, but still, kicking that field goal and taking this early lead, that's a statement for the visiting team.
From inside the 10, here he comes. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So Alabama's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. I know Bo Nix has the single-season completion record, but this guy may make a run for it if he has many more games like the last one, David.
It was crazy. I mean, it was interesting to watch, man. Just in a rhythm, not fooled, just so confident, knew his answers to the test before the questions were even asked. And defensively, that presents a huge challenge. And Jesse, how do you want to tackle?
Wide open spaces. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job. Right now, he's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
Looking downfield, it's Russell. That's caught. It's Williams. Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Running back searching for a hole. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. Guys, let's chat about Alabama. Top 5 up to this point is really good. It's staying there. As we get closer to the playoff, it becomes a huge challenge.
They just need to focus on winning right now. They're in position as a top 5 team to reach the college football playoff, but you've got to keep winning, and that's got to be the mindset. But coming into today, they have to bring their A game to the field.
And we're still in the middle of the season, so there's so many ways to still make a good impression for this squad, and we still have conference championships for some. We have great matchups that will decide, just like we've seen in past years, right? Comes down the stretch, who's playing the best.
Alabama comes to the line with a first and goal. Out of the gun, looking to throw. He wants it all. Looking to get it in. Into the house. Touchdown time. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Now this offense is back on the field. A little bit of feeling each other out. They're down 7-3 as they open this drive. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Back to the ground game on the left. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. He's got it again. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21. The Rebels want to pick up the tempo. On third down, he drops to throw. Completes it in the middle. Still running at the 40. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them, they're right back on the football.
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. And it is hardly a big surprise that this Alabama defense is hitting hard and making their presence felt in the backfield.
Yeah, it's what they built their brand on. They built their own physicality and stopping the run, and you've seen over the last several years. do that, they come after your quarterback, and they try to get that sucker on the ground.
the tight end. They stop him short, and we'll have a big fourth down coming. And the Rebels line up to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. The give to the tailback. Got the first down and more. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. So first down here as they go back to work. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. To the air, it's Russell. Makes the grab. On the nasty move, and now he's got room. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
And it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His second receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. West Virginia is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now, but there's not a soul who doesn't believe they can't pull this off. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Southern Miss.
Looking downfield on first down.
Anything can happen down the stretch here in the Sun Belt. It's why we're here to keep you posted, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They're dealing with a second and long. Safe completion on the screen. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back, just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
That's incomplete. Tried to set up the screen, and he dropped the pass. The Rebels will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first two drives, and they're back to work now. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. That's caught. It's Horton. He'll be shoved out of bounds at the 35-yard line. The Crimson Tide could get very aggressive here on second and inches. Hands it off. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Really good looking run. You think about the legacy Alabama has at the running back position. It's ridiculous. Mark Ingram won a Heisman, obviously. Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs. I'm going to go back to Sean Alexander, who I played against back in the day, too. All these guys had speed. All these guys had vision and quickness. And this guy right here, he has all of those traits himself. Just another big-time talent in the Crimson Tide backfield.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to pass, it's Russell. Steps away to find some room. Zings it complete to the right. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark. The Crimson Tide needs to convert on third and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense.
And that seemed a little off from the start, didn't it?
That was a big-time play, and it was off from the start because of the play he made.
And I don't think it would have mattered who was playing running back. There was absolutely nowhere to go.
If you don't convert on this 4th down, there will be questions about passing on the field goal truck. He's forced out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4, and they save the touchdown, at least for now. This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another 1st down. Got his man on the right. Touchdown, Alabama! And they take it in for 6 more points. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18.
Love the play design on offense because you get your playmaker, the guy you want with the ball in his hands. You get him open, easy throw for the quarterback. Receiver does the rest. Put 6 up on the board.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. So far, they've only been able to muster a field goal, but hoping to get things cooking here. They're going to open this drive with a pass. It's complete on the right side. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a 1st down. And the Rebels are in the hurry-up. They've been overwhelmed so far in this 1st half, but if they could muster a score, maybe a glimmer of hope.
Yeah, and I know it's been a struggle. They've been struggling this whole game, but let's get to...
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. Here's the pressure. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the 1st half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
The Rebels will punt this one away. No fair catches here, looking for room. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Takes the handoff, and he's going right. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Quarterback making adjustments. To the air, it's Russell. Got his man. At midfield, he's got room. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, New set it down.
We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Kept it on the ground on 1st down. Now back to the line. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Pulls it in. It's Williams. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22. The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. To the air on 1st down. Got his man. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Buys a little time. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. One more snap coming before halftime. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Touchdown, Bama! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down down the field, we've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the second half.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, you've been calling a great one today from there in Tuscaloosa. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double-team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half. And with that said, let's send it back to the guys at Bryant-Denny Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. And the Rebels will kick it away to start the second half. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Here comes that Alabama offense. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. First play from scrimmage, and they'll keep it on the ground. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
In halftime in this locker room, there was a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this.
It's a running room. Touchdown time! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And how nice is it to have a playmaker like that I can get the ball out of my hands right to him and say, all right, dude, you got jets, you can fly, catch the slant, make some people miss, outrun some angles, and get all the way to the end zone.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Guys, this offense will go back on the attack. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. Oh, they're after him. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback upright. And you just saw another example of it right there. He has never been able to get into rhythm throwing the football.
Holds and fires complete to the right. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. We make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Blasted as he lets it go. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. The Rebels will call on their punt team. He'll field it close to the 50. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. The give. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up 2nd and short. Toss sweep to the right. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Looking downfield, it's Russell. Fires to the right. He makes a catch. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Sends it back in motion. Quarterback making checks. Looking to throw on 1st down. Pulls it in. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Makes the grab. He kept him out of the end zone, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another 1st down. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
Every time we speak to defenses before they play this guy, they all know he's going to get the ball thrown his way. They always come up with creative and exotic ways to try to cover him in the back end, but they're never able to get it done. This guy just beats coverage time and time again. And with that last catch, that's now his 15th receiving score in the season.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll go back to work on offense. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Pulls it and fires to the left. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Quick strike complete. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. And the Rebels with the 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Snags it inside the 20. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Wide receiver going in motion. They go to the ground. He showed off a few moves, but not enough to get away from all of those defenders as they stop him for a loss. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. And for the 2nd time, they'll go for the field goal. The first one was good, and they'll try from 42. And the kicker delivers the 3-ball to finish off the drive. I wouldn't say they cut into the deficit. They sort of microscopically edged off the deficit. Still a mountain to climb. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. Here's the handoff.
And just a great job by the defense being stout. All right, that's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Dropping back, it's Russell. On the move and looking deep. Wide open, he makes the catch. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid.
It's a seam wide open. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. Back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Wants to go up top on first down. Floating away. Right on the money. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Makes the grab on the left. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
Dropping back, it's Russell. Got it! Into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama! That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
On the move from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. We'll see the offense make its way onto the field here, hoping for a successful drive. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'll be interesting to see what happens here on the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Back to pass on second down. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Fires to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. The Rebels will line up to punt it away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. And the returner will be brought down. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, Dave. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Well, they go with a toss play, and you see the patience this running back has. I love when he has the ball in his hands. He's just able to sort of feel out where defenders are. He's able to see the hole open up. Once he sees it, puts his foot in the ground and gets upfield. Nice carry.
Going to be a gain of about 3 down to the 21. Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. Motion from the wideout. To the air, it's Russell. Shoots it to the left. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's 3rd and long. He wants to change this route. On 3rd down, going up top. It's complete to the right. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. 1st and goal. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. With the run on 1st and goal. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just added their total.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation, and they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet, and that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. They'll try to put a drive together starting from their own 12. They went 3 and out the last time they had it, and trailing late, they've got to get to work here. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. DB's right up on the receivers. Quickly to the tight end. Turning on the Jets. He's forced out of bounds at the 23-yard line. A good pickup to give this offense some operating room. It's first down from back at their own 24-yard line. Bring in the heat. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. And the Rebels now with a long way to go to pick up the first down.
And I bet the frustration meter for this offense is so high. If you can't keep your quarterback upright, it's
a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
I'll tell you, honestly, I don't know what that player could have done to hold on to that football. That defender absolutely popped him. He knocked him into next week. There was no chance he was holding on to that ball.
Motion from the wide receiver. Back to throw, it's Russell. Fires on the move. He's got it. He's stopped at the 5, but the completion sets him up for the 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. It's complete to the left. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Here comes the offense onto the field again. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. They send the tight end in motion. They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the back.
Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call.
Pass interference. Defense.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Looking to throw on 1st down. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. Back to pass. Finds his tight end. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. The Rebels will send out the punt unit. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. Might be calling a hot route. Back to throw, it's Russell. Makes the catch. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. Looking downfield on first down. Time to take a shot. He's got it. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Flowers.
The return is brought down at the 12, and the Coyotes offense will take over.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Quickly complete.
And I know this football game is over, but we got to keep fighting. We got to keep finding something, some kind of rhythm in this offense, something we can hang our hat on that we do really, really well. Listen, the intermediate passing game like this has taken over college football, short to intermediate. So if they can find some of this,
Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already got the most important thing, the ball, and they have it at the 46. To the air on first down. Throws to the wideout. Got his man on the right. And another big game for this offense. They are putting explosive pass after explosive pass up in this one. From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Might be changing the route. Back to pass, it's Russell. Going for 6. And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete.
and how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays, and they've had a great day so far.
Looking to the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. The great Nick Saban often says players often respond better to losses. They listen more than they do if they're getting away with things in wins. So maybe this is an opportunity to recalibrate.
I think you take it first and you internalize it and you get upset because obviously the goal was to win the game. But you also got to flip the switch really quickly, Jesse, and say, okay, what do I need to work on? Because I only got one loss. I'm still very much in the thick of all of my dreams that I want to come true. So I can't take it too hard, but I got to use it.
Yeah, this loss definitely hurts, and I know one of the goals for this team at the